guys, Matt Urbanic here for Guitar Lessons in Your Living Room, and today I'm going to show you the proper way to actually hold a pick. So let's get started. When I have students that start in my studio, I usually give them two options. Normally they start out with the thumb, but eventually I make them make a decision whether you want to play rock music, folk music, or something like that. We're going to make a decision on whether we're going to start working on playing with our fingers or playing with a pick. However, playing with the pick is difficult, I understand, because it's awkward, it moves around in your fingers, so on and so forth, and it just becomes more aggravating. And I understand, guitar playing is difficult enough as it is, especially when you start, but adding the pick, some object that's you can't really judge the distance between the strings, and they're going to be moving, and the pick's going to be moving around in your hand, makes it even more difficult. And eventually what happens is that the student will stop using the pick and go back to using their thumb, which in turn it's going to retard your improvement a lot. So I've come up with a pretty decent way of showing people how to actually hold a pick. So let me get a little closer and I can show you the way that most method books will show you and the way that I show you how to do it. Okay, now that I'm a little closer and you can just see my hand here, what most method books will tell you to do is they'll tell you to curl your index finger over like that, and then you put your pick on the side, usually it looks like it's going to be on top of your first knuckle, and then you'll see that it looks like this part of your index finger is sticking out of the back. Now that's going to be a problem because as you play, this is going to start turning in your hand. You don't really have a good grip on it. There's no real force point, and that's where a lot of people have problems as they play. I mean, I would even have trouble holding onto a pick this way, because as I play, it'll start turning and doing different things and start sliding around. So what I do is I will take a regular guitar pick, and if you take a look at this, so let me get this really nice and close without trying to get this out of focus. As you can see, about 3/4 of the way down and in the middle of the pick, I put a black Sharpie dot, okay? And what I do is, with this part, right where my fingernail hits the flesh, I'm going to actually put that on the black dot. Like, see, there's the black dot, and I put it right about there. Okay. And it's a good starting point. I move it around a little bit, but then you should be able to do this with your pick. It makes it a lot more secure, and it's not going to slide around. So like I said, put a little black dot. Sometimes I even have a student will draw a line down the center, and I'll put the black dot there. And what it is it gives you a good force point. Force points are something that I like to discuss and talk about a lot, especially with fingerings and how your fingers work, because it's not necessarily how hard you press. It's where you're actually applying the force. So if I can apply the force in the center of the pick, I'm actually going to be able to hold on to it better, and I can move it around. It's going to be a lot more comfortable, and once you get your force point working well and you know exactly how to do that, you actually press less, work less, and get a better result. So like I said, that's a good place to start, is just by putting a dot 3/4 of the way down from the top and in the center of your pick, so that you know where to put the side of your finger. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, you can check us out at mkguitarlessons.com, and also now we've also started podcasting. So we are Intensify Music Talk Show. You can find us on Apple iTunes and TuneIn Radio and Stitcher. So check us out and subscribe to my channel as well as our podcasts. I'm Matthew Urbanic, and I'll see you next time.